What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today, man, I got a very special build in store for y'all today. Now, this one is gonna be the MIDDY Catfish Slasher build, going to be coming out to a high flyer in NBA 2K24 on next gen. Now, out of all NBA players, this one today is going to be reminding me of TRACY McGrady. And getting into the actual attributes, the ones that we're going to be able to reach a 99 plus for is going to be our driving dunk, standing dunk, mid-range shot, and stamina. Now, as far as for animations, this is the best slasher build, and we're definitely going to be able to get all of the elite contact dunks. Now, once it comes into the actual badges, we'll be able to get 5 Hall of Fame, 11 gold, 16 silver, and 21 bronze, giving us a total of 53 badges. Now, on top of that, we also get Hall of Fame Big Driver, Slithery, Spin Cycle, 2-Step with Bunny. Now, not only that, but this is absolutely, in my opinion, the best slasher build name, all around an offensive build, and the height is definitely going to be able to make up for the defense on this build. Now, as far as for the dribbling, at the height that we're making it today, I think it's going to be just as good as any other build. And for a user rating, I would definitely give this build a 7 out of 10 depending on how skillful you are. So look, before we get any further into this video, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. So the first thing that we need to do to get started is put this build under the small forward position. Getting into the height, I'm going to go with 6'10", and as for the weight, I like this best at 205. Now, getting into the wingspan, go ahead and put this to 7'8", and this is really going to help us out on the defensive end. Now, just a glance with this build, I'm telling y'all, you're going to be able to make use of all attributes on both ends of the floor. Now, the first area that I do want to get into is going to be the physicals. So getting into the speed, put this all the way up to a 72. As for the acceleration, I'm going to go with a 61. Now, as we go into the strength, I'm going to put this to a 74. And then as for the vertical, make sure you go with an 82. Now, to wrap everything up for the stamina, I decided to go ahead and put this to a 96. And do take into consideration the +4 that you get from our physicals from the Gatorade facility workouts. Now, getting into the defensive end, things are going to get a whole lot better. So as for this rebound on the defense, go ahead and put this up to an 83. 48 for our offensive, 78 when it comes to our block, and then as for the steal, I decided to go ahead and put this up to a 60. Now, this is going to be balanced in order to be able to get that bronze interceptor badge. Now, for the perimeter defense, I think this is going to be best at a 71. And then for the interior, go with a 74, and this is what the build is going to be looking like. So the main badges that I'm focused on are going to be Rebound Chaser and Box Out Beast. We're also going to be able to get badges like Bronze Anchor, Silver Chase Down Artist, and then also Bronze Interceptor. Especially when it comes to the perimeter, you still have enough badges to be effective outside. Now, getting into the playmaking, I'm going to go ahead and put my speed with ball up to a 70. As for when it comes to the ball handle, I'm going to go with a 75. And then for the pass accuracy, I'm going to go with a 70 here as well. Now, as you can see, the badges that I like most are going to be Break Starter. We also get Relay Passer. Getting into the ball handle, like I mentioned earlier, Hall of Fame Big Driver is going to be key. We get Gold Physical Handles, Handles for Days, Blow By, Killer Combos, and Triple Strike. I really think that these badges are going to make a huge difference, especially with the playmaking. Now, as you look at the speed with the ball, we're also able to get Hyperdrive, and these are honestly some of the best badges that you can ask for any type of build. Now, once we get into the shooting, go ahead and put that 3-point shot all the way up to an 82. Now, getting into the 3-pointer, I'm going to go with a 76. And then as for the free throw, I decided to go ahead and leave this at a 65. Now if you want to, feel free to make any type of adjustments to your own liking, but as for this area, if you want to add boosts or get higher of a free throw rating, I can definitely see that. Now getting into the 3-point shot, the badges that I like are going to be blinders. We get gold catch and shoot, Deadeye with Agent 3, then we also do get guard up, open looks, and then moving on to the rest of the badges, I do like Space Creator with Spot Finder. Now for the mid-range, I do like MIDDY Magician. Green Machine is going to be a huge badge as well. Let me know right now your thoughts and opinions on this archetype. Is there anything that you would do to make it a little bit better? And now once we get into the driving dunk, this is going to be a key factor of this build. So go ahead and put this all the way up to a 96. Getting into the standing dunk, I'm going to go with an 83. And then as for when it comes to our driving layup, leave this at a 76, go with a 60 close shot, and this is what the build is going to be looking like maxed out. Now as you can see, starting from the top down, we get silver fast twitch, fearless finisher, gold pro touch with giant slayer. We're also going to be able to get other badges like I mentioned earlier, scooper on gold, float game on silver, aerial wizard with acrobat, and then for the standing dunk, I really like gold precision dunker. We get silver rise up. Also when it comes to the driving dunk, look at the badges we get here, gold posterizer, Hall of Fame slithery, pretty much everything needed to get all of the contact dunks as well as get the best animations for a slasher. Now considering this build name, I can definitely say that in my opinion, it's going to be a catfish because of the shooting and the playmaking. Now we're still able to hold our own on the defensive end, being the fact that we are 6'10", and we still have some strength. I think this is going to be the perfect all-around build. Now if you want to make any type of adjustments to your own liking or playstyle, go ahead and do so after we create the build together. But from here, let's go ahead and make sure that everybody made the build correctly, and we should be able to get these 3 comparisons. And now as y'all can see together, we have created the best high flyer build in NBA 2K24 on next gen. Now we also will get comparisons of LeBron James and Scotty Barnes. This is probably one of the best shades of that I've seen out of all the archetypes that I've brought to y'all. Now look, once you max this build out to 99 overall, consider buying your own boost, your takeover boost, gear, and on top of that, the additional boost that you get from playing well throughout each game. You have a lot of potential out of today's build. And look, I just want to say thank y'all so much for the support. More so than anything, thank God for another day and another opportunity. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.